Incomplete, cat eyes, and Panama red. Who's in control? Jack and Jill. See the problem we have comes from your behalf. Kicking rhymes out the zoo like a monkey or an ass. But white people stop and stare and comment on what you wear. She drop your science like your underwear. Open up their heads and attack like a bear. Read in the rights and the history truths and teach them the knowledge of a hip-hop youth. 100% proof. The nigga makes your mind slow. Time to read the word and show them how you flow. Tactical precision with melodic measure. These ferocious nerds are intelligent man's treasure. Like on the block, time to use your Glock. You wanna kill for smoking some rock? The new tough stuff to puff. We'll have a government getting rough. If they kill each other, is that enough? Too many facts. Too crazy hit the blacks like the presidential coin showing Lincoln in their backs. The pennies are plenty, but they have no pull. So what you gonna do to stop the bull? And I wrote this verse for Cat Eyes. Can't test me. Hey, what's up, you guys? For the final war. Cat's Eyes. Half Jamaican, half Puerto Rican. She was dope. My boy Panama Red. We did a music video for this. It's animation. You gotta check it out. It's dope. Sorry, I haven't eaten all day. But I have some chips to hold me over to dinner. MC for refuse to lose. Has ever been said. If your lessons lack life, then your soul is dead. Nick the time. He's the we're here to upset the setup. Let's go. Real hip hop. Incomplete. Cat Eyes. Panama Red. Hip hop. All the pioneers. Who's controlling you? Who's controlling you? All right. What's the deal? How you feeling? Welcome to episode 422 of my Knowledge is Love Astrology podcast. Thought I got better over the flu. Turns out I didn't. My lungs were really jacked up. So I'm on some antibiotics now, but I'm still rocking here for you today. And I think I'll probably even come back Thursday night. I got delayed with Aquarius season being sick. How you guys feeling? Wife will be here soon. Hope you're doing well today. It's Tuesday, the day of Mars, Aquarius Sun, the moon is Sagittarius. We now have Mercury and Venus in Pisces.
All of the rest of February, Pisces will be in Venus. It's exalted there. And, you know, I hope you guys are just going to embrace this energy, because the one thing about Mercury and Venus and Pisces along with the North Node, it's really speaking to agape Christ-like love, more compassion and empathy, and tapping into that magical energy that Pisces has. Um, Speaking of which, my amazing Pisces wife is near. Ooh, I hear her. There she is. So, tonight we're talking about, in honor of Aquarius season, Saturn in Aquarius, which a lot of millennials have, Uranus in Aquarius, which the Gen Zers have, our oldest son has, and Neptune in Aquarius, which both of our older sons have. And that's a lot of Gen Zers as well. So it's really interesting energy. And I really wanted to talk about those outer planets. And the last planet you can see with the naked eye. Oh, my eye is naked. I can't help but say that. It makes me laugh. I'm kind of weird like that. But that's Aquarius for you. You know what I mean? So
Sandra at Peace is here.
Hi, Sandra at Peace.
And she's driving. So thank you for listening to us. And that's such a great thing to do, to I do that sometimes with various things. I just hook up the YouTube through the phone. I don't need to necessarily see everything. Yeah. And I just use it as my background stuff. And let me tell you, it's better than all of listening to the same radio station that plays 27 songs over and over and over again, 24 hours a day.
So we'll try to be pleasing to your ears.
Advertisers that are on there, I'm like, I'll put this on. Even if and when I can, I push through the ads, but don't push through our ads. Maybe listen to them for a few minutes so we get paid. What? The tea. Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought you took it with you. Let me go grab your tea.
Yeah. No, you could take that. I never wasn't ready yet. So, thank you, Sandra, for being here. And I hope that we sound good in the car. Excuse me. I know that doesn't sound good. I really apologize. But your voice is struggling, It's kind of frustrating. Sandra, you're new to the channel, so I don't know if you're aware that in 2021, I almost died. I fell into coma. I was in the hospital for 85 days, and I was in coma for 40 days. And it was due from the Delta during the pandemic. They gave me remdesivir. They also gave me steroids, which I told them not to give me because of having valley fever that was laying dormant, and it awakened it. So then it went to the weakest part of my body, my lungs, and attacked my lungs. I got down to 10% function of one lung. So I've realized the last 2 springs, bad allergy season, I got super sick. And then what was weird, my lungs, I was wheezing and they were just so filled. I had to get, Z-Paks, antibiotics. Now, I'm very much a health nut. I don't, and I don't knock anybody that has to take medicine. But, I don't really do any pills or any medicine. And so having to do antibiotics and a Z-Pak, kind of frustrating and annoying, because I'm trying to just keep it out of your system. Because once you do take it, I think it takes about 6 months to detox out. But I had to take it. And then now I have to do it after this flu. So, I'm just realizing and adjusting that, I may have to make some changes to protect my lungs as soon as I do get sick, and not be just only on the black seed and oregano oil and the herbal teas. That stuff's important.
We just have to have other things in place so that we can head it off even more. We have to be a bit more proactive, because there are things that maybe had we started it from day one, and the black seed and the oregano oil, honestly, as much as it's good for some things, I find that it doesn't shorten the illnesses. I find it doesn't really knock anything out. And that's us. And maybe it works for certain things. But I think once it gets started, I don't think it does anything.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it does. But,
we'll have to see. But tonight, it's all about Aquarius. So we're going to start off with Saturn in Aquarius. And so, that was around in 2020, 2021. So they are probably 35 years old right now. These are the millennials that have this. And, and then the next group would probably be about 64. So if you're one of those groups and you have Saturn in Aquarius, please, let me know, comment down below. So what is Saturn? Saturn is the karmic teacher. It's our discipline, restrictions, delays, fear, stress, anxiety, limitations. It's about structure, organization, hard work, responding to your abilities. We live in a Saturnian matrix bubble. Some say Saturn moon matrix. But in this realm, in this cube, even though we're in a dome and all that and firmament, we need to honor Saturn. Not in the way that, I guess, secret societies and different cultures and stuff do, but honor it in the sense that in your birth chart in the sign, when you are disciplined and structured and you respond to your abilities with Saturn in Aquarius, it wants to and will give you more blessings and rewards than the great benefics, which are Jupiter and the lesser benefic Venus. So Saturn just is basically telling you as the karmic teacher, it's also your bones, your DNA, your lineage, the government and the authorities in your life. Sometimes in a chart, it can be the father. A lot of times I see it as the grandparent as well. But when you have Saturn in Aquarius, it's at home there. So you don't have to be as hardworking and as disciplined to get the rewards, but you still gotta put in that hard work and that discipline. Go ahead.
Well, I just wanted to say, you were talking about Saturn and the worship of Saturn and this and that. So yes, there can be different factions of people who are on the darker side of things that worship Saturn, but we need to always remember that Saturn and all the other planets and constellations of things weren't put in the sky by those people who do the dark stuff.
God controls it.
Exactly. So there is that light component. And so we can't let that people who maybe weren't of the light began to really utilize some of that energy to stop us from doing it. You know what I mean? Because there's a dark and a light. And when we see that black and white checkerboard, it's because there is a duality of all things. And it's learning how to work within that duality spectrum, right? Everything has a darker side. Everybody has a shadow side and a light side.
And that's a great point, because we also have to understand any of the astrological placements, there's the high vibration and the low vibration. Somebody says, oh my gosh, my moon is in Scorpio. It's like in its planetary fall. It's a terrible moon. Well, yeah, if you allow the revenge and the emotional explosions and the this and that, or on the high vibration of moon in Scorpio, you are super empathic. You can feel vibrations, frequency, energies. It's like the spiritual decoder. And so when you release the emotions that are intense and purge and detox them, then that Scorpio moon becomes even though it's in its fall, becomes a superpower.
And I'd just like to say hello to our dear friend Quintella. Hello.
Hey Quintella, welcome.
Thank you for
coming, my friend.
I so appreciate it. And
So, and Quintella, maybe is your Saturn in Aquarius? I can't remember. Maybe it's in Capricorn. But the thing with Saturn in Aquarius, for the millennials, the one thing that's super important is that part of your discipline, structure, and organization, responding to your abilities, is to lay the foundation of hard work, so then you can be the weird, bizarre genius and think outside the box. That's what Saturn wants to do in Aquarius. It wants to get into the research. It wants to get into the automation, the technology, the IT, the scientific studies, the esoteric occult knowledge, the astrology, numerology, gematria. Right? It wants to push the envelope so that you can be disciplined enough. Think about that structure, right? Once you are so disciplined and structured, then you can innovate. Then you can pontificate to push towards the future. And that's the superpower of Saturn in Aquarius. So just remember, when you're being a little rebellious or thinking outside the box or pushing the envelope and being a black sheep, that's how you honor Saturn in Aquarius. if that's your natal placement. Okay. There can, depending on the house, but just in general, there can be some issues with your ankle, calf, shin, and Achilles tendon. So you got to be mindful of that, lower leg issues and pains, injuries, things like that. Okay. But that's the Saturn and Aquarius energy. So make sure you guys let me know if anybody here has it, what house you have it in, and things like that. But Saturn does very well in Aquarius. Remember, it's at home in Capricorn and Aquarius. Excuse me, and exalted in Libra. Sorry, Quintella, you came late. I was explaining that even though I got over the flu, my lungs. I had to get some antibiotics. My lungs are actually pretty jacked up, but they're getting better every second. So that's the good news.
Yes.
So that's what that's about.
Quintella's Saturn is in Sagittarius.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
In Sag,
and yes, we'll be able to tap into all different types of energies, and this is what makes us dynamite and amazing. Yes. And we have a choice. You know what I mean, guys? We really do. And the key is not to live in this space of anger. We have a lot of negative things that are coming out right now, and we're learning about things, and it can make you go, "Urgh."
It's crazy.
But we have a choice. So just remember that.
Right now, we have to have a love revolution. For real. Like, there's so much darkness in this world, and so much evil, and so much truth being revealed. But that is Pluto Aquarius. The lies can't hold up anymore, you guys. So the truth, that's what I titled the Astro Weather. I said, more truth is coming this week. The moon's in Scorpio, Sag, and Capricorn. More truth, more truth. The Aquarius solar eclipse, I'll be doing that video probably tomorrow. That's coming up on Tuesday at 28 degrees in Aquarius, right? The sun and moons. And that's bringing in the fire horse here, okay? So, just be aware that, we're some things we already knew. Maybe we didn't know to the detail. But what do you do with it? This is where you've got to shine bright from within. You have got to ignore all the noise and distractions. There probably will not be any retribution or legal stuff with the, all the chaos. That's not your battle. You've got to spiritually focus on being authentically yourself, vibrating from your heart chakra, staying in gratitude and joy. I know that can sound like, well, what is that going to do? It's going to do a lot, because when you're not giving them the energy of the fear and the stress and the drama and paying attention to it, and you're vibrating on a higher frequency, you are receiving the DNA and the light code upgrades from the solar flares of the sun and Gaia, Mother Earth, and you're focusing on your ascension. That's the greatest job that we can do right now as human beings. Stay in that frequency of love and go within to connect to Christ consciousness.
The thing that you have to keep in mind is they harvest our loosh. Loosh has been the thing keeping everything going all this time. Stop giving it to them. Not, it'll take some time, but stop giving it to them. And in addition to them not having that power, the more that we're in light, the more that it'll ripple out. Like today, I've just been like out in the world, just smiling and saying, and I can't, I tell you how many different people have just looked at me and just smiled right back. And I could feel them light up in their warmth. And all I did was just walk around Costco in the parking lot. And I just had a big smile on my face. And I just said, you know what?
You created joy, the ripple effect of the joy.
Yeah.
And that's important.
Like the other day we were getting his lungs x-rayed, and I saw this woman, and she's older than me, she's probably, I would say she's probably about my mom's age-ish or somewhere in that range. And I was looking at some things because I used to work in high fashion. And so even though it's so far out of my wheelhouse now, I can still spot certain things. And it turned out she worked for Escada and whatever. But I said, girl, I love your style. And she got so
She
happy.
lit up.
And the thing is that
somebody saw her.
And I looked at her and I said, I see you. she said, I see you too. And it was
she said with your pretty
it was
smile
just this
and all that.
moment. Yeah. And you know what, guys? We can have more of these types of things and just spread that love. And maybe
it
she
made
went
her
out
feel. It made
and
her
spread
feel
that
good.
someplace
Yeah.
else to
And it
somebody.
made both of us feel
good. And there
good.
was a man who was sitting next to her, and he looked over and he smiled. And then I heard, and then he kind of touched his wife, and she smiled. So it was like this one little thing hit my husband, hit the woman that I said it to, hit the two people next to him, and there was a happiness rush.
A ripple effect. Yeah.
We can affect that, and that feeds the light warriors.
And also, that is really, honestly, you guys, her Venus, Jupiter, and Aquarius in the 10th house of public, right? She was just sharing that connection, right, to strangers and friends and groups and people, and just sharing that light. So it's really important. Another thing I want to mention with Saturn and Aquarius is when you feel ostracized for being unique, weird, bizarre, or the rebel, that's okay, because that's how you're supposed to be, right? So a lot of times people, family members, they won't get us, but when you learn astrology, when you gain this insight of this ancient wisdom, and you respond, and like literally as I say it, it's like when you learn and watch my videos, you're putting on these new clothes. So when you put on the Saturn jacket in Aquarius, you're like, yeah, I'm kind of a bit of a rebel. I'm very disciplined. I put in the hard work first, but then after I do that, I go left and I make a circle and I zag and I break rules. I do things on my terms. That's who you are. That's who you're supposed to be. And it's the same thing if your Venus is like an Aquarius or your Jupiter is in Taurus. Like, when you learn about these placements and then use them for your benefit and stay on the highest vibration and frequency, it's honoring your soul, because this is the map of your life. This is what you selected before you came here. You chose this with God in heaven, or wherever you want to call it. But it's what you selected. So I'm here to help you remember the amazingness that you already are. And that's the thing we also got to do. Not just spread the love and light, but we've got to start to be more positive and nicer and kinder to ourselves.
And that's a hard one, because I know for me, I'm very hard on myself. Yeah. And I'm trying to unlearn that. I am working on unlearning it actively right now.
And I tell her every day, like, how great and amazing she is. You know what I mean?
But you know what? What's weird about that is, as much as I love him and I so appreciate it, sometimes what happens is that we take the people that are closest to us for granted. I'm like, yeah. You, of course you think I'm great, but I want this other person to think I'm great, or I want this. And we should never limit that. We should receive it. We have to take the kindness that people around us give us, the people that we see every day, and really internalize it. You know what I mean? So
because they know us the best, right?
So thank you for always lifting me up. I appreciate it.
You are quite welcome.
Let me see.
We got some comments here. We're going to get to Uranus soon.
Brandon Brandon is here.
What's up,
hey,
Brandon?
How you doing?
What's up, buddy?
I've got to drop off my daughter at school, so I wish I could have listened more. I came late, leaving early.
We just started, that's so okay. You were right on time.
I don't know if you're still here.
And hopefully we'll see you on the 20th.
I'll give you some
love.
Yeah. And let me see. And it feels good doing that for someone. Yes, it does feel really good doing that for someone. It made my day. Like, it made her day.
That lady really smiled. And they had a nice exchange. It was beautiful. And
Gwen Thompson says she's getting late. Nobody's late. We're late. Maybe we're late.
No, we're not late.
Now, let me say this. I think some people, because we talked about Max Lowen came in tonight. I'm really bummed out. Yeah. Max Lowen is not.
We're trying to reschedule.
We're in the works. Here's the deal. Max Lowen
works with a lot of people, and because of all this revelation of truth around Epstein, she she's got a lot of people to help and
Yes,
clients.
so we've had to take a back seat to the people
So
who
whenever
really
she
need
can
her
come,
help and her
maybe
healing,
end of February, early March,
you know.
but
So
we're gonna work it
hopefully
out.
we'll be able to get her in because she just has gotten
a powerful
overwhelmed,
story.
and I'm sure, you know, she's gotten overwhelmed with people coming to her, but at the same time,
I'm sure it's hard for her.
As much as she is at a higher level in her healing journey, I have to imagine that this sort of stuff stirs up a lot of deep stuff for her as well. So we are going to cross our fingers, and we need all of you to put your positive thoughts on Max. Come to Big E. Like, you know, here's the thing about my husband's podcast. He might not have the hugest following, maybe people, millions of people, but I think my husband has some of the best interviews and has some of the, he really cares about his guests and has some really good connections. And when I say connection, I mean human connection.
Yeah.
And it's a really beautiful thing. So
and I take pride in not just being a good interviewer, but really sharing and showing my guests in the best light possible, you know, so that you guys can learn about them, digest, but then also connect and maybe work with them. So we'll work back on that.
We'll figure it out
and stuff. But I just want to say to Gwen, thank you. I cannot wait to meet you for the reading or whatever, but I did not see any chart in the email. So just make sure you give me the time and date and just email me all that stuff so I can bring up your chart and then we can meet on Monday.
Miss Teresa's here. Hello, Teresa.
Hey, Teresa, I can't wait to do your chart soon. Hopefully you'll be ready soon. Let me know.
Her moon is in Aquarius.
And Gwen, that makes you super duper smart. You know that, right? I collect Aquarius moons. You should come to Coffee Talk Friday night. 2 hours, $22, you guys. I'm going to be teaching a lesson on a very powerful transit, Saturn Neptune conjunction in Aries, which is on February 20th. And I'll be doing it on the 13th, 7 p.m. Eastern. 2 hours, $22. You can do Cash App, $ BigEAstro, PayPal's a friend, or Zelle, eTaylor765@AOL.com. But I love Coffee Talk. People come from all over the world. And I get a lot of Aquarius moons, Gwen. So that's why I was letting you know. I think you would jive with that and really get to, you know, meet people all over the world, but to geek out and learn about astrology, you know. And that's one thing that I really love. This is my February, started my fifth year of Coffee Talk. And it has been one of the best decisions I've made. I really have learned and met so many people from all over the world. I mean, literally all over the world. Come to Coffee Talk from Poland to Nigeria, New Zealand, Australia, Amsterdam, Canada, just all through the States. And it's brought me so much joy because honestly, I created this after I came home from the hospital from coma. And one thing I remember the night when I talked about it and I created it, my son was here on the podcast with me. And I was like, I want to create a safe space where people can come and talk about astrology or numerology or whatever, but learn about this ancient wisdom and not feel like that they're weird or alone. You know what I mean? That they actually really have community. And then now from that, we've extended and created our Knowledge is Love tribe community, which Teresa and Brandon and Quintella are a part of.
Oh, Gwen says she's been following you on and off for 5 years.
Oh, thank you,
Gwen. That is so cool.
So maybe you know about the COVID and all that, but I really appreciate that.
But you know, that's the thing, and I'm not trying to, but he loves you guys.
Yeah.
And hopefully you feel it. So.
But that's the thing, is that I love teaching you about astrology, right? I'm working with astrology students right now, one-on-one, and I meet one tomorrow, one on Thursday. And honestly, I just get so excited because when I see other people kind of when it just like clicks and they get it, it's such a gift because then you can help your children, your grandchildren, your siblings, your parents. Like it begets. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And then when you master yourself, honestly, I don't get surprised anymore. I see everything coming. Everything slows down. And then the one thing that you want to learn to do with astrology, pay attention and track that moon. My moon tracking service is amazing. Okay. That's one that I'm really proud of. And I love taking people through a full month of learning the moon in each sign in each house for every 2.5 days, 60 hours. and how it affects your personal planets and your chart. You can see it on my website. The website's working thanks to this lady, BigEAstrology.com. Did you put the new coffee talk in there? Okay.
I have not put the new coffee talk. So listen, guys, cut me some slack.
No, she's super busy.
It's been
a lot's been going on. Our
my
kids,
God.
I've been
Once
sick.
again, the Scottsdale Unified School District is messing with my kids. Yeah. Like, I had to send an email. I'm always having to send emails. But like, so my son was out for a week sick, and he comes back, and in a couple classes, they keep their books in the class so that they don't take it back and forth and maybe miss it, leave it at home, and not be able to do their work. Well, my son's had 2 of his books missing. And that means that he can't do his work, which affects his grades, and that affects his morale and all this stuff. And I just sent an email, and I said, it's really strange to me that there's 2 books missing. It feels like somebody is doing something to my son. Then flash forward, these people are like, oh, well, I get this nasty email back from the counselor who says, his work is due on this date, and he needs to do this and that, and he's now at 3 books that are missing. And I'm like, I don't care if there was 27 books missing. If people are taking them from him, then that's more about somebody needs to make sure kids aren't taking other children's books than it is about my son. But long story short, he was home from school today because we're on and off with his ankle, and his torn calf, and the Achilles, and all that. So it blew up like a watermelon last night, and he stayed home today because he wasn't walking well in the morning. And what happens? One of the books magically appears. And
teacher lets his brother know about it.
There was a sub in there, and that sub who happened to be the librarian who has to deal with the books, was really mean to my son, confiscated his phone. First, she tells them to take their phones out and take pictures because it's a sculpture class. And so that she wants him to take pictures of things in the library as inspiration for their sculptures. Then these boys say, oh, that my son was taking pictures of them and threatening to share it or do something, and like that he got in trouble. Now, does she look at his camera roll, look at his recently deleted to see? No, she just confiscates his stuff, rushes to judgment. But she's the same one who was complaining about the books that were missing. So anyways, I'm always having to deal with these ogres who want to attack my children. So it has me in a bad headspace.
We get a lot of passive aggressive behavior, and living in Scottsdale, we've been dealing with multiple schools and districts and dealing with a lot of racism. We've changed our perspective on it, so it's gotten it's decreased a little bit.
I tell my kids that, unfortunately, I was talking to Mateus just the other day, and I said, what you have to understand is that sometimes your light and your energy just attracts jealousy and anger, and people lash out at you. And I know it really sucks, but I promise
we have good
you're
kids,
a better
good
human
boys,
than so many. But it's hard to always have to tell your kids how much better they are than the adults who keep treating them like shit time and time again. It's horrific. Anyways.
Did y'all hear that? She's upset. She said sugar honey iced tea.
I did. I'm sorry. Anyways,
all right.
Let me see.
Any more comments? Then we're going to get to Uranus.
For all the new people here, welcome. Please, Knowledge is Love.
Please subscribe.
It's so wonderful. Thank you, Miss Teresa.
Wait. And let me tell. Thank you. Wait. Let me say thank you, Teresa, and the tribe. www.community.BigEAstrology.com. Our next tribe meeting is Friday, February 20th, 7 p.m. Eastern. We are going to be blessed by the amazing astronumerologist and cardologist. Not cardiologist, cardologist. Jazz Aphrodite.
Cardology. She practices cardology.
Yeah, but she's a cardologist.
Right. No, I know.
But she is going to be teaching us about the energy of 2026 through cardology. This is going to be amazing. Jazz is freaking just brilliant. We've done a workshop together. She's so nice, so genuine. And, if you want to become a tribe member, it's either $23 a month. You get all the discounts, coffee talks for free. You save $12 just on that. And even more this month because you're getting 2 full 2-hour coffee talks for $22. And you get discounts on services, but you get to come to both tribe meetings. $10 a month, you can come to the tribe meetings. You get discounts from some of the podcast guests. It's it's a great community, and we have amazing people like Brandon, Teresa, Quintella, and all the amazing Jackie Wash, all the people. And it's just filled with a lot of knowledge and a lot of love.
So really quickly, we have Connected Mobile Video Solutions.
Oh, they're
to
new.
you as
Hello,
well.
Connected.
And I feel like I've seen you before.
I think that they're
share
new.
Your big
if you want to share your
Either
Sun,
way,
Moon,
share your
Rising.
big three.
Yeah.
And then we have Mind Deluge podcast. Ooh, Mind Deluge.
That's Beth.
Oh my
Hey,
God.
Beth.
So good to see you, friend.
Yeah.
And
Beth just joined the tribe.
Are you on Arizona? Yes, we do live in Arizona. Absolutely. That's Gwen who asked that.
Yes.
And then Quintella said, I know they are older and want to be around their friends, but this is truly a stressful situation. It's very stressful. If I could keep my kids home.
We've offered homeschool. They don't want to do it. They want to socialize.
I'm going to be real. If I could, I would sell and go move. Like, I'd be like one of those people living out on the land with like goats and like chickens and all that stuff. I would love to be able to do it. I need to have people who would come in and teach me, because I want to have one of those big pontoon greenhouses, and I would do all the stuff. Trust me. Like, if I could just pick up and go, I was so
We're going to connect some more with Tanisha Lewis, who was on the podcast.
Yeah. Yes.
She's in Arizona.
She's got some land in an area that I'm even thinking about. And it's funny, I ran into a guy today in sort of up that way, and we were chatting at the Costco.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, let me see.
Anywho.
And then Gwen is in time. Well, girl,
Gwen
Gwen is in Arizona too. Are you in the Phoenix area, or?
Oh, Gwen, I didn't know that.
If so, maybe one day we'll go do some lunch.
Well, Gwen, I will be at Missy's Mysteries next Saturday from 11 to 5 a.m.
Do you know Missy, Gwen?
She has a beautiful metaphysical shop in Scottsdale, Arizona, in Sundown Plaza. Mm-hmm. And I go there every other month. So I'll be there February and then again in April, and stuff like that. But it's just a great time. And I do live astrology readings there, stuff like that.
Yes. And I got to tell you, Missy's is one of those gems of a place. We did
we got some of the crystals back there from her.
We went into her shop and looked around. It was a lot of fun. Oh, you're in Gilbert. Do you know I had to drive down to Gilbert on Super Bowl Sunday?
Yeah, should have picked
up
a kid.
So I had to go down 60 and get off at Greenfield and go like 5 miles south. Pretty far.
So then Gwen, wait. So Gwen, when we have our book signing, and you'll have to come and meet us in person.
Find us a really good metaphysical bookshop in
Gilbert.
The Gilbert area.
I don't know if they have it.
We're looking for, okay. So I totally got I got the book done, so I thought. I uploaded it into a system, and now I'm realizing that I've got to change the bleed lines on everything. I've got to shift things over so that when it prints, portions of the writing won't be cut off. So I've got to do all this stuff. So I'm in the process of doing that.
She's doing
I promise you guys, I just sat up, and while I'm doing it, I'm saying, so I just am redoing like some of the coloring. So this just turned from being straight orange, that, whatever. It's going to get done. And I know that
we're up to like what, 179 pages?
180
pages.
So I'm putting reflection pages in. I'm going back.
It's an amazing astrology workbook.
I had to add in a particular page that wasn't there and stuff like that. Yeah. So my point is, Gilbert, if you know of any cool smaller bookstores or metaphysical shops or any place that might embrace having
an astrology
local people
book,
come, and an astrologer, whatever it is, we are looking to go places. We're going to do a book tour.
And so I want you guys to know, too, I will be in San Diego in November, at the San Diego Astrology Group. And I'll be doing a presentation and an astrology lesson and stuff in San Diego in November. So I'm excited for that. Now, let me get to Uranus and Aquarius.
It's okay. I just really did.
No. So Uranus and Aquarius, these are, I have to reel her in. These are gems. They're not going anywhere. I'm going to read the chat. We'll get to it.
Something to Christine.
Okay, go ahead. Read Christine's comment.
Well, she has off-grid living dreams too.
Oh,
and so do I. And Christine, my middle name is Christine. Okay, carry on.
Okay. Thank you, Christine, for being here. Uranus and Aquarius. Now, this is, remember, a 7-year transit. This was, I believe, 98 to 2005. Okay, so our oldest son has it. The second son, the 16-year-old, he's got Uranus and Pisces. So this is Gen Z's. Now, Uranus is the planet of higher consciousness, downloads, extreme weather, sudden events, chaos. It's unpredictable. It's weird, bizarre, the rebel, the black sheep. It's, the modern ruler of Aquarius. Uranus is your soul seeking freedom and liberation in this lifetime, breaking the social norms and fracturing the structures. It's the vanguard. And so when you have it in, its home sign of Aquarius, these people can be very contrarian, very weird and bizarre. They can be rebels. But they have this interesting connection to freedom and liberation, to marching to their own drum, right? This is where Gen Z is like, please, you could have a draft and they're not going to no war. I don't know what any of these leaders think. You think Pluto Sag is going to they're not going to no war. They can't put their cell phones down, but they're surely not, but that's not what they believe in. Pluto Sag, Uranus Aquarius, they are about exploration mentally. They are about freedom and liberation. They are about their friends. I'm about my friends. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, Uranus Aquarius is about their friends. And understand, when you have these downloads and stuff like that, the other thing about these people, they can be very innovative and futuristic, but very stubborn and arrogant as well. Aquarius can be, Aquarius and Sag, those are like two of the most arrogant signs. They just are. Now, the fixed signs can be really rigid and stubborn. But when you think about Uranus, you're like, what could be stubborn about Uranus? Well, in Aquarius, this is about thought. So they're really tapped into the astral realm and to getting ideas and thoughts. But they so often, they like to do things without seeking advice and just go off on their own. They're like Bobby Brown, gotta go off on your own, girl. Dun, 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 dun. Y'all don't know if I know Bobby Brown. Bobby Brown, ladies and gentlemen. Definitely a legend. But you know what I mean? Like they are, they're just different, So if you guys have children with this placement, or if you have it yourself or know anybody, let me know what house it's in. But Uranus Aquarius, what's going to happen, a lot of these people are getting ready to go through their first Saturn return, whether they have it in Taurus or Gemini. And this is where I really think they're going to start to get activated and start to connect more to the esoteric occult knowledge, to exploring, to stem cells, to thinking outside the box for health and different things. Okay, but it's a powerful placement. And a lot of them also have the Neptune in Aquarius as well, which we'll be going to in a second. So let me know, does anybody have Saturn in Aquarius or Uranus in Aquarius? And if so, what sign, what house, or do you have kids or grandkids with it? Great.
So Christine is also sending our children positive energy and
thank
vibes.
You so
thank
much.
You. We really appreciate it.
We appreciate. They're such
she
good
loves
kids.
us so much. Thank you. And we love you guys too. And that's the thing. Like, we always sit there. We're like, we're actually really nice people. Like, what is going on here? And our
kids are actually very well behaved. Listen, they have a bunch of their friends come over. We know these kids are, they're a lot to deal with. And our kids are by far not the worst of the bunch. No. You know what I mean? And so it gets very irritating, but hey, as long as we got kids and we're here to stand up and fight for them and check people. Because we're not about that foolishness. And we're surely not dealing with the racism.
And that's the thing is, it's like, I feel like when you come for my kids, now I got to stop and because I can't just let it go on unchecked and it's like a catch-22. Maybe it happens more because of it. But I need to let them know, like, you won't do anything. You won't do this and I won't be there. Let's see. So Elizabeth said that she said you look great.
Oh,
and
thank you.
he
I'm
does.
sick,
I'll
but-
tell you, he's really sick. Like he has been.
I'm on
I
antibiotics
even
right
said
now.
to him, babe, you don't have to do that long of a podcast. But he said, no, I'm going to show up. I want to be able to do this. It's not, you know.
And I want to encourage you guys to come Friday night, 7
yes, it'd be
p.m.
very nice.
Saturn Neptune conjunction in Aries, 2 hours, $22. It's going to be great for all 12 rising signs. This is a power. You guys, I just want to say this real quick. Do you feel this change coming? We're going to be in a new paradigm, a new reality, a new sovereignty, a new energy. Saturn, Neptune, and Aries, it's like it's starting things anew. For real, at 0 degrees. This conjunction is at 0 degrees. The last time they were in a conjunction was 1702. They've never been conjunct at 0 degrees. No astrologer has been able to find it. And I think the last conjunction was 1989, right? With the Berlin Wall falling down or whatever. So there's a lot of restriction. There's a lot of structures that are continuing to dissolve, but some of them are even the own cages and limitations we place on ourselves. No more.
So,
anybody with Saturn, Uranus, and Aquarius in the chart?
I don't see that. I see Saturn and Aquarius for Sandra Peace, but let me hit something here. So, Connected Mobile Video Solutions has said that she's not new. She's actually a client.
Oh.
And emails sent this week to Eric. And so
okay.
So thank you. And then tell me about this Connected Mobile Video Solution. What do you do? Are you a video editor or producer? Do you shoot events? Tell me a little bit about that and where are you located? Let's share that. You know what? One of the things that Eric and I are really big on is we need to begin to big up the smaller people. We don't need to give our money to these big conglomerates. We need to start focusing and getting our services from
reach one, teach one.
The ones that are close and can touch. So please tell us a little bit about your business in the chat. You know, hey,
we're all about
never
supporting
know who
small
might
businesses,
see it, and
definitely.
especially if they're in the same community, maybe they'll call you. You can put your contact, whatever.
And that's what we do in our tribe, you guys. We really lift each other up, support one another, encourage. It's really a great community. We're so proud of all the people in it and all that's shared in it.
And our girl Gwen over here, she says she has a bookstore in mind for us. Thank you.
Ooh,
and this is what,
you.
and you know, and that's what I want to do. You know, like we could put this on Amazon. We could put this with Ingram Sparks.
But we want to touch the people.
But I want to be able to interact with the people. Also, I feel like this. I'm putting in all this work. It's going to be an expensive, depending on how I decide to do it. It's going to be expensive to print. I don't want to give half to 50% of our money to these other companies that don't do anything really. I want to
touch the people.
I want to touch the people, but I also want to make my money because that is how I'm going to put food on the table for my kids. You know what I mean? Like I don't need to give 40 to 60% to Amazon. Like they don't need any more money. Or Ingram Sparks is wonderful, but it has a 6-month return policy. So that means that they never see me. They don't know who I am. They can buy the book, totally absorb it and return it. And then I've got to eat that. I don't feel like doing that. You know what I mean? But anyways.
I'm not into eating books.
I'm not, yes. I'm into reading books, not eating them. Let's see. And so thank you, Gwen. Please keep in touch. Please email us. I'm going to start like trying to put the feelers out on that. And we might even get in the car and go someplace, you know. Anyways, I could drive to New Mexico, Texas, Colorado, Utah. You guys need to start telling me and we'll just like pack it up. Anyways, let's see.
The Taylor Road Show.
The Taylor Road Show.
The astrology book.
And so Teresa said, I'm about that life. That's right, honey. I'm about that life. Don't make me come. I'm so loving, but don't make me come.
So any questions about Saturn, Uranus, or Neptune and Aquarius? We're going to get to Neptune in a second. or anything about this Aquarius season, how you've been feeling. I know it's just very heavy out there for everybody. And so I'm really trying to hold that space and compassion.
Mhm.
Don't forget, I've got the love chart sale going to the 15th. It's only $50, 30 minutes via Zoom, looking at the 5th house, 7th house, Juno, Venus, Jupiter and Moon, right? We've started the new service, Black Moon, Lilith, and Chiron, 30 minutes, $75, and the new Sex and Astrology, right? So I can't wait to meet with people with that one. 5th house, 8th house, 12th house, Venus, Mars, Moon, Lilith, Pluto. And it's based on your personal chart and your placements. So it's really, it just helps you to understand not only your sexual energy, but where you may have different hangups or issues, or where you have different desires and needs and attractions. But it's good to understand and to learn. We are sensual sexual beings, so we can't act like we're not. Okay, bless you, right? That's how we got these 4 kids. But okay, let's get to Neptune and Aquarius, and make sure you guys are smashing the like button for me. And do me a big favor, after we're done, please come back and just leave a comment, because it does help the show grow after the live is over. Bless you, salute, and algorithms. Okay, and I really appreciate it.
Sandra said that she's been noticing that she's very tired and has been having to force herself to get things done.
Well, I'm going to tell you, part of that is all the spraying.
Mm-hmm.
They have been spraying, and it doesn't matter where you live. We see it a lot here in Arizona. I'm sure you see it, Gwen, but they have been doing so much spraying with the chemtrails, and it is really affecting our weather. All this fake snow, this extreme cold. So that could be part of it. And we are going through a lot of upgrades on the planet. Try to get outside in the sun if you guys can, even if you're at work in a building, between noon and 3 p.m. And even if you just have 7 minutes outside, but also put your palms. These are, conductors. That's why they're lighter than the other side, even for our European friends. And you put them up to the sun and let that energy charge into your hands. Sun gazing at sunrise and sunset. It activates, right, the melanin in our bodies, right, to be able to, take the sun and receive it. So these are little tips to help you.
Absolutely. And you know what? This spraying is affecting everybody. Gwen said that it's affecting her, and I'm not sure where Sandra is.
Where are you at, Sandra? Everybody can say where you're at, but yeah.
But it's all over. And I was talking to a friend this morning, and I was saying, like, we got this flu. And one of the scary things is that the brain fog held a lot longer, and I have been having a difficult time connecting with God in my meditations. Now, I know that when I call, he hears, or she, or whatever. I just say he out of habit. But I know that I'm heard, but
just the feeling of the presence
allow for me to feel that presence. Understand that God is here, or whatever you want to call, and that it's always there, even if we don't necessarily feel it. But these things that they're spraying are having some issues with that. So let's make sure that we're doing things like detoxing, drinking the teas, chlorophyll. I mean, and we're not the experts on this stuff, but we can definitely have conversation with you. I got these chlorophyll gummies. And actually, we haven't had ours today. They are.
I'm gonna take a gummy on the air.
These are on sale this month at Natural Grocers.
And we're not sponsoring them.
We don't get anything for doing this. And I use another
except for some health.
Nature's Sunshine or something like that. I really like it. They have a wonderful liquid chlorophyll. They have 2 versions. I get the EX, which is the extra strong or something like that, which I really, really like. And it's the best. I've got to get on and order that for us. But these right now are due, and they're mint. And actually they're mint in
they're a little strong
too. These are strong, but you know what? We need to be taking these different things and detoxing, and remembering that even though they can put things that seem to disconnect us in these things that they're spraying in the sky, we're not ever disconnected from source, from God.
And I think
from,
at these times, you guys, a good thing to do is to focus on increasing your meditation, your quiet time, your stillness,
Mhm.
because it helps to give you revelation and peace, even with all this news and this chaos and vitriol and yucky stuff. You know, we're not victims in the 3D or the 5D, and we're not powerless. So please remember that. You know,
Mhm.
like the song said, I got the power. You really do.
Sandra's in Michigan.
Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, I'm sending you a warm blanket, Sandra. You
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
have been going through it. You, New York, my hometown, like it's been crazy cold. Like I don't miss the cold weather. I don't know how y'all still do it. We moved out here 2011. You couldn't pay me to move back to winter. I'm sorry, I just can't. I don't have to shovel sunshine.
That's right.
And before I left New York, I went down on black ice and I fractured. I didn't break. I would have been better with a clean break. I fractured the tibia and fibula in the right leg. That doctor was like, oof, you would have been better off with a clean break. She would tell you, I suffered. I went through tremendous. And then I did all the physical therapy, did all my PT. I'm a good student. But you know,
He's a good boy.
I'm a good boy. We moved out here. I started feeling pain. She's like, well, wait a minute. You did all your PT. What are you in pain for? I go to see the doctor. We get an x-ray. He's like, oh, if you're still feeling pain, you know, take this Vioxx. Thankfully, I didn't take it, right? He's like, take this Vioxx before they realize how bad it was for you. And, you know, if you're feeling pain, reach out. So I did. We got a CAT scan. We get in the office. This is like maybe 2 weeks before Thanksgiving. It's like a Bugs Bunny cartoon. You could literally see the screw going through my bone, like pushing up on my Achilles tendon. Thankfully, it didn't tear it. But my wife and the doctor both were like, and gasped. And I was like, I told you I wasn't lying.
No,
that I'm
okay.
in pain.
It was
Like,
crazy.
It was
like,
crazy, yeah.
I want you to picture an X-ray, and you know when you see those X-rays on TV, and they'll like do it like on the news thing to get you to stay around to watch, and they'll show somebody, and they've got some like big knife stuck through their skull or something. It was like that to a certain extent. It was a big screw, and all you could see was this big screw going through his bone and into,
thankfully,
his
if you guys know, tearing the Achilles,
or where Achilles,
it would have been another year rehab if I had had that surgery. Thankfully, there was just little rubbing and scarring, so I was good. But he cleared his schedule and operated on me 2 days before Thanksgiving. So in 2011, I had a surgery in January and then another one in November. So, and then 2 more later. So I've had a lot of trauma. We were at the ankle doctor this morning. I have had a lot of trauma to my ankles and feet. You know,
it's not easy being Eric.
No, it's not easy being Eric, but because Kermit the Frog here, it's not easy being green.
But we're gonna make it easy, and so I guess I
I'm getting better.
say that.
That's right.
We're getting better and better every day.
Oh, trust me, I love being Eric. It's a lot of fun in here. Okay, let's get to Neptune and Aquarius. So Neptune is the planet of spirituality, how you evolve spiritually in this lifetime. It's imagination, creativity, illusion, delusion, deception, confusion, fog. Neptune is idealistic, unrealistic. It's the dye. It's the pharmaceuticals. Neptune is poetry, film, photography, dance, all the arts. Neptune is nebulous. It's the oceans. Neptune is, unfortunately, it's where we can see disease in the body too. So, and it represents like culture, right? Neptune and Pisces, the culture changed. We got into the media and the software and the TikTok, Snapchat, Pinterest, Instagram since 2011. That's dissolving now as it goes to Aries. So these people, Neptune, Aquarius, they had it from 98 all the way to 2011, but it retrograded back. So they touched, I think, a little bit of 2012, but basically to 2011, like completely. And these are, Gen Zers, some of the older ones and some of the younger ones. Both our older kids have this. When you have Neptune and Aquarius, you are literally like the spiritual scientist. It's like, like I remember the morning that I woke up to record my Neptune Aquarius video. You guys got to watch. And I attached the videos down below in the description. Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune and Aquarius. Go watch them. Leave a comment. They're really good. And check out all my old videos and leave a comment for me. Your boy, works hard and I appreciate it. But he says to me that morning, and it was raining and cold. He says, Dad, did you know there's only 2 white rhinos left in the world? And they're in some part of Africa. And I was like, no, I didn't know that. He's like, yeah. And they're trying to save them so they can, create and have more. And I was like, that was some real Neptune Aquarius stuff. And I had a dream about Neptune Aquarius the night before. And I woke up. If you watch the video, you hear me talk about it. Like I woke up and I did it. But think of all I just described with Neptune and then place it in an Aquarius. So their imagination and creativity, it's outside the box. Their spirituality, it's a little unique and weird, right? They're going to have a different twist on things. Their idealism and being, idealistic and unrealistic and rose-colored glasses could be around groups and organizations or their friends, right? Disease and sicknesses. Well, they can be, sometimes maybe some issues or sicknesses that are very like obtuse, very weird, unpredictable, like what, like out of nowhere. You're like, what? Well, how did you get this? And then what's this and that? So, my son, one of my sons who has it, like he suffered a brutal concussion, got a TBI, and that was, it's in his story. It was next to his Chiron, Neptune Aquarius. So one thing that you have to think about with Neptune and Aquarius is, are these people going to fall into the traps of the transhumanism, or they're going to rebel against it, right? And realize that spirituality is about having freedom and liberation and not being caught up in the technology and different things.
So Sandra just said, wow, this is really interesting because of what you just said. And being that I am 66 years old and I am a baby boomer, that my Neptune is in Scorpio.
Yes, me too. And Neptune Scorpio is a very strong placement. It's really good for manifesting and healing. It makes you very empathic. Scorpio, think of Scorpio like walking around with like an MRI machine. And so when you have the Neptune there, it's like your spiritual gifts are really powerful. So when you are getting a hit and you feel that, she'll tell you, like my Neptune Scorpio, it's in the ascendant, so it's really strong. But like to me, when I meet people right away, I'm like, no, I'm not down with that. I don't like that energy. I can tell right away. It's almost like I can see through your soul. You know what I mean? And that sometimes can be intimidating for people, which happens with Scorpio risings. We can make people feel kind of like, oh, you see me, like kind of naked. But Neptune and Scorpio is a powerful generational marker. That was from 56 to 70. So I have it as well. But I'm just a little baby with it, just a little baby.
And then let me see. Sandra said that, Yes, Sandra said, I've been putting certain crystals under my pillow to sleep at night. The last days since you mentioned that.
Yes.
And
but do the crystals of the sign in your 12th house.
So she's been having very vivid dreams.
Yes, it works with that. Mm-hmm. Trust me. Reach out, and Sandra, and book a birth chart reading with me.
I gotta start putting the crystals under my bed again. You know what happened? I was putting the crystals under my bed,
and it fell.
And then they kept falling on the ground and breaking. And
maybe we put it in a sock.
Yeah, like that's what I just started thinking. Like I'm like,
because the plastic baggie is not even enough. You need like a sock. You have to put
it because we have a super it's a long story. We got a really hard bedroom floor.
It's terrible.
We gotta rip it up and redo. We got whatever. I mean, it's first world problems because we're talking about ripping up our floor and redoing it.
We used to have a nice carpet and it got all dingy and dirty, and then we put a hardwood floor and it was not good.
The guy who did it totally wrong. He ripped off, he did all the houses in our cul-de-sac and did different things. Says we were the only people that he gave half our money back to. The other half he kept. The other people he didn't give any of their money back to.
They had to
To
go
my
to
knowledge,
court.
they
I
had to go to
believe,
court and do all this stuff. And who knows? You get a judgment, but it doesn't mean that people have to pay it just because they get a judgment. Anyways,
I know that's right.
Anyway, let's see. Gwen, I would love to meet you.
But that's
And
interesting,
then,
Sandra. And let me know what's your 12th house. I forgot your rising sign. So let
and
me know.
Elizabeth says Scorpios have a strong presence.
They do. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising. It's very powerful energy. And think about it. It's Mars, Pluto. You know what I mean? So like when you meet me, it's like I'm like coming towards you. It's like Mars and Pluto coming at you, along with my Venus, Jupiter, and Neptune. So it makes it kind of pleasant and mysterious at the same time. And she'll tell you, don't leave a box of cookies around me.
No, don't do that.
My Venus is conjunct my Jupiter. I don't ever minimize my pleasure.
No.
I always tell her I want more pleasure. More pleasure.
Please. More, please.
More, please. Yeah, Venus, so you guys really, oh God, like astrology is just so amazing. You know what I mean? Like realize you're a rising sign. That's how the world sees you and perceives you. Your physical appearance, your outer mass, your aura. And then those planets in there, they're kind of like your personal assistants when people meet you, right? So when you meet me, you're like, oh my God, like, hi, Venus. Hey, Jupiter. Hey, Neptune. So immediately you're going to be like, wow, Eric is super creative. My imagination, she'll tell you, my imagination doesn't stop. I've got full television networks in here. You know what I mean? I'm just like, my creative cup runneth over. And it's been like that my whole life. You know what I mean? And Neptune has you to go into, and this is the thing I forgot to tell you, Sandra, Neptune Scorpio, you are truly a powerful shapeshifter. I can morph and shape and become anybody. Now that's more of the first house. Your Neptune Scorpio may be in a different house. And so it goes to that house's story. Mine's in the first house. So it's like literally, but I've had my whole life with Neptune on the ascendant, people try to put the finger at you and tell you who you are. Oh, you're like this, you're like that. It's like, you have no idea who I am because it took me 25, 30 years to learn who I am. You know what I mean? That's what happens with Neptune. And you could wear rose-colored glasses too when it's on the ascendant. You could be very much an idealist, you know. And I was like that good kid. Like I was always following the rules and, you know, this and that or whatever. And, you know, and I get very upset with the kids too, because I was lied about in school. I got kicked out of my school in 4th grade. Basically, they asked me to leave because I got accused of writing curse words about my teacher in this desk in the middle room between 2 classrooms. Well, one, I didn't do it, but you know what they did? They took a handwriting sample of all the kids. Now, I have very sloppy handwriting, but that's different from carving in a wooden desk with pen. How does that match handwriting on a piece of paper? Like there's no logic in that. But they basically framed me for it. And I know it was some, you know, I don't want to say punk ass kid, but it was another kid.
A nice kid.
You know what I mean? And I got blamed for it. And you know what hurt me so bad about it? I loved my 4th grade teacher. So I was devastated. But also, you know, I don't want to get into it, but it was a very, you know, really cool school. And it could have, well, not could have, it changed my projection in life. You know, I may have gone to Ivy League schools if I stayed there. You know what I mean? But I didn't. But that's okay. You know?
You were meant to be one of the people.
Yeah.
But
I'm always about the people.
We have to think about. This happened to him. What'd you say? 4th grade?
Yeah.
He's still talking about
45 years ago.
And
I got blamed for something.
To kids,
that
and
I
even
did
though
not
kids
do.
suck it up, and I'm sure in the time you sucked it up and you did whatever, but it's still something that you think about. It's still something
I'll never forget it. Yeah.
That hurt. And I feel like with our children and with other people, we think that kids, like, because they're so resilient. Kids are resilient.
No,
it doesn't mean that it doesn't affect.
It goes in your subconscious mind.
So let's see. Sandra said her 12th house is in Gemini. We're gonna come back to those ones, and then Gwen said her Neptune is in Scorpio.
Okay.
And Sandra said, I am extremely intuitive and empathic, And I can also read through people and decide if I want to actually hang around them.
Yes.
That's a wonderful gift.
Yes. And
that is discernment.
Let me explain that to you, though. Because you have the Gemini 12th house or the Cancer rising, that Scorpio Neptune's in the 5th house. You're probably extremely creative. And if you have kids, you know like what's going on with them. Like you're just like, no, we're not doing that. But especially that first child, that's the 5th house. The second child is the 7th house. The third child is the 9th house. Okay. But yeah, that's exactly what Neptune Scorpio is like. I'm telling you, it's like walking around with an MRI machine or a CAT scan, because it's like you meet people and you could like scan their heart and like, ooh, that's not a nice heart. Okay, got to go by. You know, and that's how I am. Like she'll tell you, I'm very social and friendly. I am an introverted extrovert, though. Like I don't need to be around a bunch of people. I love it, and I love parties and friends and all. You know, I've had huge groups of friends, but I'm also like, you know, I could just roll dolo. You know, just me and this one right here. Like I don't need like socialization like that. Because there's so much going on in here. I'm always like, there's multiple people in here at a party and creativity and all that. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, so get the Gemini crystals. I actually Google them. I don't know the crystals for Gemini. Put one under your pillow and one next to your hip. You know, if you're married, just tell your husband, baby, just watch out for that crystal. But it's very powerful and it helps you connect in the dream realm.
And if you have a hard floor, make sure you put it in a baggie or something
or
soft so it doesn't get cracked.
Yeah.
Because we have these towers. Let me see if I could find it, but
one of our crystals cracked, and it was a nice crystal. I have it.
Well, this one fell on the floor, and you can totally see the top of that is completely cracked. That didn't fall when we slept, but that's how hard this floor is that we're on. It's terrible.
Terrible, darling. But enough of our little stories and issues. So, okay. So, any other comments about so Gemini 12th house? And you have Jupiter on the ascendant this year, Sandra, until June 30th. So hopefully it's been a pretty good year. You know what this year is good for you too? Increasing your divine feminine energy and your emotional intelligence, my friend. It's all about the self-love for you, Sandra.
And Mind Deluge says, we are cracking her up. Girl, that's what we live for. You know what? If anybody's going to make you laugh.
I'm glad you're laughing,
here.
Beth.
We'll make you laugh. And
I am here to make you laugh.
Let's see. The Gemini stones are citrine.
Oh, citrine.
Yes, I love that.
Oh, we love citrine.
Blue apatite.
I never heard of blue apatite.
It's like
I never heard of
blue apatite. It's.
Do you have a blue apatite in your bed? Ooh.
Tiger eye.
Oh, tiger eye.
Agate.
And
then specifically blue lace or tree agate.
Okay, so you got a nice stuff to choose from.
Labradorite.
Never heard of that. Labradorite.
Yeah, wait.
That's like having a Labrador dog in your bed.
It's kind of looks like an opal. Has that opalescent kind of look, right?
I like opal.
And then chrysoprase. I've got to learn these things more. That's more like a light green.
You know, that's the problem in our relationship. I'm like, you're not up to date on your crystals. I don't know if you could be my girlfriend anymore.
Pearls and emeralds.
That's not all for Gemini. That's too much. I think
they're saying a whole bunch.
Yeah, I think the list. I think the first couple of ones.
I'm surprised. And the blue apatite is that's. I was gonna say milky, but they show it almost like a
milky
turquoise and that
cereal, baby, milky.
Blue, cereal, but how a turquoise is.
Y'all know about LL Cool J? Milky cereal, baby, milky.
This is the way it looks.
Cereal, baby.
Okay.
How's she gonna put up the computer when I'm dancing?
Nobody has time for
Are you trying to put Saturn on my Aries and restrict me in my daily routine? Come to Coffee Talk this Friday night, you guys. You're going to love it and have a great time. We're going to take a last couple questions and then wrap it up. I do need to have some dinner.
And then Sandra says, wow, I had 3 boys. I'm extremely creative.
Oh, that's great.
I am just blown away by, thank you, by both of you.
Thank you, Sandra.
I'm a widow.
Okay.
Husband died from Alzheimer's 8 years ago.
God
my
bless
goodness.
You. My mother was,
we took care of her.
Survived breast and brain cancer and dementia.
And
my heart is with you, my friend.
Yeah, it's a
Oh, please
hard
reach out. I
thing.
would love to do your
God
chart.
bless.
Yeah.
And then Jackie Washington's here.
Hey, Jackie Washington. See, Jackie's a
How
part
you
of our
doing, Jackie?
tribe. Jackie, I saw you. You were going for the Patriots. You thought the Patriots were going to win. You should have been listening to the podcast. I told you 26-20. It was 29-13. I told you the Seahawks were going to win.
No, I didn't watch. I can't front. I did not
Yeah.
watch. I didn't watch even 1 second of the Super Bowl. I was in protest.
She's in protest.
I was in protest.
She was like, "Viva Aquarius!"
But I just the Super Bowl. No, don't say it.
Well, no, we don't have to get into it. We've talked about it, but it's just energy harvesting.
Well, but it's also the highest trafficking.
Yeah.
And so I just refuse to watch it.
Yeah.
We can carry on.
Carry on. So, any other comments before we go about Saturn, Uranus, or Neptune in Aquarius? Aquarius, Darius, do you like my mustache? You know I'm tired and sick. I'm being extra silly. I will say this. Remember, while the moon is in Sagittarius today and tomorrow, shake your booty. Move your hips and thighs. And don't take for granted that when we're dealing with emotional stress and traumas, to like literally just stomp, dance it out, put on some music and just like bounce around and shake for a little bit. You know how like you would see little children, like when they get upset and they would like shake or whatever? That's what we're supposed to do as adults. We have forgotten that. We were told like that's not okay, but that's like somatic healing. That's how you like
that they
get
told
things.
Us
Yeah,
to stop doing.
Stop doing that. Why are you shaking like that? Why are you doing that?
Right.
Right. It's good to get out,
When
especially if you ever
to talk your language.
Light language and baby talk. Yeah, but it's also like that's good for Scorpio moons. Like like shake it out. Right. It's very muy importante. Okay. So please remember that, you guys. But any last questions before we go? That's it.
Let me see. I don't see any questions.
All right, you guys.
All right, guys.
I will be back Thursday. I may be by myself because she's got to go to football practice with the boys. But you know what I'm going to get into?
What are you going to get into?
I'm going to get into
I don't even know.
Pluto, Black Moon Lilith, and Juno in Aquarius.
Okay.
To wrap up Aquarius season, and I will end it on probably let's see. Next Thursday starts Pisces season, the 19th. So probably come back Saturday and I'll do Aquarius through all 12 signs. And I may, do Aquarius Pisces cusp. I don't think I've talked about that in a while. Cusp of sensitivity.
So Jackie did say she's glad that the Seahawks won because her friend's son is on that team.
Oh my God,
awesome.
that's awesome,
and,
Jackie.
We're getting love and just thank you, Sandra Peace. Love from Sandra and love from Quintella and love.
We love you guys.
From Jackie and I'm sure we get love from everybody, and so we give love back to you.
But do me a favor, you guys.
Come back,
when we get off in 35 seconds, come back and leave a little comment. It just even a fire emoji, thumbs up. Thanks, Eric and Alana, whatever. It really does help the thing grow in algorithms.
It does.
I'm trying to get.
We need to have more positive things like this go viral. Anyways,
love, knowledge, and truth.
And you two are one of my. Yay! Thank you, Jackie. Thank you,
Jackie. You're the best. And I love Jackie. Always asks such great questions in our tribe meetings.
Yes, she does.
Right, Jackie. Tell them how much fun our tribe. The tribe is like. Oh my God, I love the tribe. And don't forget, Friday the 20th, Jazz Aphrodite's coming, 7 p.m. Cardology is. Oh, I just can't. I don't get it. I'm learning it, but I freaking love when Jazz teaches and explains and breaks down cardology. I find it so fascinating. I really do. Like, I feel the same way about human design and numerology. I know astrology. That's my house. Right, the numerology I get the basics, right? Numerology, human design, I know the basics. I'm a 1-3 generator. Cardology, I'm I think a jack of clubs or something. Jazz always tells me, but like that one, I'm having trouble computing it in my brain. But it's I'm just thankful to be alive at this time because all of these hidden knowledge, occult sciences are coming up to help us remember and to connect and to make our lives simpler so that we can navigate this matrix and be in our highest vibration and frequency, you guys.
Yeah.
This is a beautiful time to be alive. So stay in that gratitude. Be your authentic self. Stay in the heart chakra and enjoy 4 highest frequencies: authenticity, love, gratitude, joy. So just rock with it, lean with it, stay with it, grind with it, bathe in it. All right. So
Okay.
we're
Love you
gonna get ready to
guys.
go. Thank you for watching episode 422. Peep the intro song, Who's in Control, with your boy E Complete, Cat Eyes, and I wrote her rhyme. It's really dope. And my boy Panama Red from my first album, Hip Hop Forever. You know.
Thank
So,
you guys. We love you.
Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Aquarius.
Have a good night.